Information and technology in communication. So we start with the role of technology in communication. So first of all, let's check on role of technology. Role of technology in communication. 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 So saying technology has changed our our lives. Technology has changed our lives, influencing major sectors of the society, such as transport, health, business, and commercial. Technology has changed our life, influencing major sectors of the society, such as transport, health, business, and commercial. Another point, advancement in science and technology. Advancement in science and technology has made a great impact in the way we communicate. Advancement in science and technology have made a great impact in the way we communicate. Leaving us with no choice but to embrace an inevitable. Leaving us with no choice but to embrace an inevitable. So major influence of technology in business. Major influence of technology in business. Major influence of technology in business. Number one, it has caused easy way for product and service survey. Easy way for product and service survey. It has caused that. And explain surveying are important, which give a company feedback. Surveying are important, which give a company feedback on the customer's view on the product or service provided. Surveys are important, which gives companies feedback on customers' views on the product or service provided. Before advancement to technology, surveys were very hard to conduct. Number two, another impact on that, social interaction with client and customer. Social interaction with client and customer. So you say, through business technology, Companies can open official companies' website through business technology. Yeah? I'm too fast. Am I too fast? Through business technology, companies can open official companies' website through business technology. Companies can open companies' website which they encourage customer to visit, and interact on various issues, Number 3, we're talking about video conferencing. Video conferencing. By the way, what's the difference between video conferencing and Zoom? Is there any difference between the two? Or virtual sessions that are held in phone? Is there any difference? Yes? Yeah, it's almost the same thing, okay? So we say it allows long distance one-on-one communication. It allows long distance one-on-one communication among members of an organization, or business. It allows long distance one-on-one communication among members of an organization or business. It can also be used to hold a business meeting. It can also be used to hold a business meeting. Number 4, we have use of digitalized network to communicate. Digitalized network communicate. You say broad and satellite transmission. Enable business communication through offices phone. Sending file to specific printer. When you are a mile away from the office. So that's how, when you are a mile away from the office, that's how technology has influenced that major influence that have been in the business, although some of them have not listed them, but they are still coming. Also, you can also check major influence on individual communication. Major influence on individual communication. How has technology changed that? Yes. See? Major influence on individual communication. Number 1, it has changed. First of all, is text messaging. Text message service. Ya wale walikuwa hizo siku, ulikuwa kitu inaitwa posta. How many have ever visited posta here? Kama wangapi wametumiwa barua kwa posta? Wangapi hapa apart from just your high school ama whatever, umeshaitumia tu personal poster ama mnaona tu imeandikwa hapo PO box whatever, mjue hata code na so in most cases technology has almost erased that. Are we together? Yeah, it has changed. During our time lazima ungegojea siku kama 5 ama 6 barua ikuje kutoka mahali inatoka, na hiyo utaenda tu kwa posta uangalienge kila siku, and mostly even individual you could not afford a poster, so ulikuwa unatumia posta ya church ama ya shule, wherever you will be. So itakuja hapo, utangojea kama ni wiki mbili, ukisikia ikiitwa barua imefika. Especially when you are in primary, you are waiting for success. Zinatoka mbali zinakuja. All those. So number 1, text messaging, we say in the older days, letter used to be written, posted, and took several weeks or months. In the older days, letter used to be written, posted, and took several weeks or months before reaching the recipient. In the older days, letter used to be written, posted, and took several months or weeks before reaching the recipient. Fully stop, you continue. This day, text enable you to send a message. This day, text enable you to send a message by the touch of a button at any corner of the world. By the touch of a button at any corner of the world, regardless uko hapa, you can text someone who is in USA. Are we together? Yeah, you can text someone who is in USA. Number 2, another influence hapo, kuna social network platform. Social network platform. E.g. tuko na Instagram, tuko na Facebook, tuko na WhatsApp na hizo zingine zenye unajua. All of them people communicate. And number 3, the last one, we have free internet call. You say through several social media sites, free calls can be made without carrier charges. Through several social media sites, free calls can be made without carrier charges by simply having an internet connection. Yeah, which site offers free calls? Zile mnajua ni gani na gani? Yes. Tuko na WhatsApp, ingine ni? Yes. Ongea na nguvu sisikii. Yes. Skype, okay? Yeah, Skype pia ina offer that. Free internet call are offered by the sites such as WhatsApp and Skype. You can write that. So let's check. That was the major influence of technology in communication, both to business and individual. So let's check communication network. There are 5 of them. But ile sana naulizwa ni mbili. There are 5 of them. I'm going to check on them. Number 1, we have local area network. local area network, LAN. Number 2, tuko na metropolitan network, metropolitan network, and number 3, tuko na wide area network, wide area network, wide area network 1. Number 4, tuko na wireless, wireless network. Lastly, tuko na, lastly, we are having what? Internetwork, or some people call it internet, internetwork, 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 or some people call it internet. Pia wale mmesoma IT, hizo zote mshajifunza ni nini? Are we together? Wale wanafanya IT, hizo zote nafikiria mshajifunza. So let's start with number 1, LAN. Local area network, local area network, local area network. You say it is designed for small physical area, such as an office. It is designed for small physical area, such as an office. Another point, LAN are used widely as it is easy to design and to troubleshoot. LAN are used widely. LAN are used widely as it is easy to design and troubleshoot. Personal computer and workstation can be connected to each other through LAN. Personal computer and workstation can be connected together through LAN. Characteristic of that, characteristic of LAN, characteristic of LAN, characteristic of LAN, characteristic of LAN, characteristic of LAN. So LAN are private network not subjected to tariff or other regulatory rule. LAN are private network not subjected to tariff or other regulatory control. Number 2, they operate at relatively high speed. LAN operate at relatively high speed. That's a characteristic. It connect computer in a single building. Connect computer in a single building, i.e. intranet. Advantages of that. Number 1, resource sharing. Number 2, software application sharing. Number 3, easy and cheap communication. Easy and cheap communication. Number 4, centralized data. Centralized data. And lastly, data security. Data security. Then disadvantages. Disadvantages. Advantages. High cost of setup. High cost of setup. High cost of setup. High cost of setup. Number 2, privacy violation. Privacy violation. Privacy violation. Yeah. Number 3 is data security threat. Data security threat. Data security threat. It need a specialized person for maintenance. It need a specialized person for maintenance. It need a specialized person for maintenance. And lastly, covers a limited areas. It need a specialized person for maintenance. And lastly, it covers a limited areas. Yeah. Nani ashaenda kwa cyber? Hiyo nayo tusidanganyane ati tasema ujui. Okay? Unless kama mko na nini kwenyu, but mostly those people who don't have computer, most of their nini, they interact through a cyber. Ukienda kwa cyber, utapata we have a host computer, okay? We have a host computer that all other computers are connected with, okay? So whatever you are doing there, we host here can be able to access whatever the information you are trying to read in that computer that you are using there. Are we together? So that's the kind of LAN we are talking about, that connection of computer in a single building or in a single office. Are we together? Ya ukijaribu kufanya kitu ule anaweza soma direct, na hata ikiwa mbaya ana kuswitch off. Ama mjaiona hiyo? Kasa hiyo ukienda kwa cyber then you start checking on pornographic, the host will just switch you off because it's not allowed there. Are we together? It's not allowed there. So that's why we are saying there is privacy violation. There is privacy violation. And also the data security, there is a threat in data security. Someone can just enter your document. Number 2, metropolitan. Metropolitan or man. Metropolitan or man. Metropolitan or man. Metropolitan or man. Metropolitan or man, you say. It was developed in 1980. It was developed in 1980. And basically it's a bigger version of LAN. And basically it's a bigger version of LAN. It's a bigger version of LAN. It is designed to extend over entire city. It is designed to extend over entire city. Characteristic number 1. Characteristic number 1. It covers town and cities. It covers town and city about 50 kilometers. About 50 kilometers. Number 2, communication media used for man is optical fiber cable. Communication media used for man is optical fiber cable. Number 3, It has a high data rate, adequate for distributing computing application. It has a high data rate, adequate for distributing computing application, adequate for distributing computing application. So advantages of that, advantages of that. Advantages of that, number one, extremely efficient and provide fast communication data and provide fast communication, extremely efficient and provide fast communication data via high-speed carrier, extremely efficient and provide fast communication data via high-speed carrier. Number two, it provides good backbone for the large network. It provides good backbone for the large network. Good backbone, backbone, good backbone. Backbone, good backbone for the large network. Number three, the dual bus used in MAN, the dual bus used in MAN, the dual bus used in MAN help the transmission of data in both directions simultaneously. Help the transmission of data in both directions simultaneously. Number four, it usually encompasses several blocks of cities or an entire city. It usually encompasses several blocks. It usually encompasses several blocks of city or an entire city. Disadvantage of that. More cable are required for MAN connection from one place to another. More cables are required for MAN connection from one place to another. Number two, it is expensive. It is expensive. It is expensive. It's expensive. Number three, it needs a special skill for maintenance. Need a special skill for maintenance. You need a special skill for maintenance. And lastly, it is difficult to make the system secure from hackers. It is difficult to make the system secure from hackers. Number three, wide area network. Wide area network, one. Number three, wide area network. The wide area network. So E1 is just combination of both LAN and MAN, okay? but now it can cover the entire country, it can cover the entire world. Inaenda like hii network tunatumia hapa inatoka wapi? Do you know the origin of the network we are using here in Kenya? Inatoka wapi? Who is the host of this network? Hii inatoka United States of America. So imepita hivyo vyote paka huko. Are we together? If they switch hapa Kenya kutakuwa na network. That's why you saw when the wangapi hapa walikuwa siku yenye nani alikuwa anakuja huku? Barack Obama. How many were in Kenya ama hata mko mmeanza kushughulika mambo ya news? Barack Obama alikuja Kenya mwaka gani? When he was an USA president. Sao hizo zingine zenye alikuwa anakuja kunywa pombe huko kwao. When he was a USA president. Ilikuwa which year? Ulikuwa class? Yes, Barack Obama alikuja Kenya mwaka gani? Mimi sikumbuki. So when he came, so many people who had phone, simu zao zilikuwa tu zinapoteza tu network kabisa. Ukipiga yezi enda. Hizo siku zote alikuwa hapa. Ilikuwa akikuja kama hapa Kenya, simu zote zinakuwa enable network. So ukitaka kupiga kufanya nini, haiwezi enda mahali popote. So kulikuwa venye wanaloa hiyo nini hapo. Although itaonyesha iko na network, but ukipiga haiwezi enda mahali popote. Until hiye wakati alienda, that's why it was reinstated to normal. Are we together? So this network, these are the kind of one we are talking about, okay? It covers the entire world, entire country, entire whatever. So hizi wanatumia, the nini use here, they are satellite and cables. Ile wanaweka kama, so unaona tunaitwa booster. How many have ever seen a booster? Ama mjui booster ni nini? Ukitembea kwa njia utaona kuna nyingine imejengwa na mawaya, inaenda paka juu kabisa. Zingine zimewekwa kwa manyumba, zingine zimeweka. Those are the medium used for one network. So ina transmit waves from the other need to that area, so that the people of those area can be able to have that network, or that transmission can enter into their computer or phones. Are we together? So we say it is used for network that covers large distance, such as state or country. It is used for network. It is used for network. It is used for network that covers large distance, such as state or countries. Advantages of that. Advantages, you say, covers large distance into bracket, state, country, continent, etc. Covers large distance, state, country, continent, etc. You also have share software and resources with connecting station. Share software and resources with connecting station. Message can be sent very quickly to anyone else on the network. Message can be sent very quickly to anyone else on the network. Expensive things, another one, expensive things such as printer or phone line can be shared by all computer. Expensive things such as printer or phone line can be shared by all computer. Why are we saying phone line is expensive? Na saizi napeanwa bure. Why are you saying phone line is expensive? Yeah, when the mambo ya masimu zilianza kukuja hapa Kenya, okay? That line you see sahi inapeanwa bure. It used to be sold at 2,000 shilling. Wewe uniambie 2,000 shilling in 2000. The year 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, hiyo ilikuwa how many money? Hii ilikuwa pesa ngapi ukompare na sahi? Yes? 2000. Hizo siku ungekuwa na shilingi moja, just 1 shilling peke yake. 1 shilling kwa sababu mkate ilikuwa inanunuliwa 5 bob. So you imagine 1 shilling ilikuwa pesa, 2000 shilling ilikuwa pesa ngapi? Okay? Ukiwa na 50 bob umenunua unga, umenunua kila kitu ile unahitaji kukula umekula. 50 bob ilikuwa pesa mingi. But just 1 shilling peke yake ungekula hizi biskuti sasa umehesabiwa 10. Sisi hizo siku tulikuwa tunainunua na peni moja. Peni moja. Peni moja consists of how many cents? 10 cents. 1 shilling consists of how many cents? 100 cents. Are we together? So hiyo siku ungenunua na peni moja hiyo siku. So the phone line was very expensive during this time. Kwa afford hii unaweza nunua simu lakini line peke yake ufanye mwaka mzima ndio ununue hiyo line. Are we together? So number 5, everyone on the network can use same data. Everyone on the network can use same data. Advantages, disadvantages of that. We are saying everyone on the network can use the same data. Then disadvantages of that. Need a good firewall to restrict outsider from entering and disrupting. Need a good firewall to restrict. Need a good firewall. To restrict outsider from entering and disrupting. Number 2, setting up a network can be expensive, slow and complicated. Setting up a network can be expensive, slow and complicated. Setting up a network can be expensive, slow and complicated. Number 3, one setup, maintaining a network is full-time job. One setup, maintaining such network is full-time job, which require technician to be employed, We are saying one setup, maintaining a network is full-time job, which require technician to be employed, And then lastly, security is a real threat. Especially where people has ability to access information from other computer. Especially where people has a ability to access the information from other computer. Then wireless network. Number 4, wireless network. Talk of wireless network. So you say digital wireless communication. Digital wireless communication is not a new idea. Is not a new idea. As earlier, Morse code was used to implement it. Digital wireless communication is not a new idea as earlier. Morse code was used to implement it. Modern digital wireless system has a better performance. Digital wireless system has a better performance, but the basic idea is the same. It is categorized into three. Number one, we have inter-system connection. Inter-system connection. E.g. by use of tuko na Bluetooth, tuko na infrared, na sahii pia tuko na Wi-Fi. So number two, we have wireless LAN. Hiyo hatuendi kuongelea, tushaongelea mambo ya LAN. Wireless LAN. And Roman 3 we have wireless WAN. So you can write there a subheading, a situation which may justify the use of wireless technology. And also a question in 2019, situation which may justify use of wireless technology. It's a question in 2019 question. It's a question in 2019 question 6C. So number one is mobility. Where there is a need to allow mobile user. Mobility, you say where there is a need to allow mobile user to access real-time information. Number two, installation of speed and simplicity, i.e. it reduces cable which are cumbersome. Number three, A need for the wider network. A need for the wider network. A need for the wider network. Number 4, you also have, number 4, you also have what? For flexibility reason. For flexibility reason. For flexibility reason. Number 5, where there is need for reduced cost of ownership. Where there is need for reduced cost of ownership. Where there is need for reduced cost of ownership. Number 6, a need for scalability. A need to increase scalability. A need to increase scalability. Then benefit of wireless technology. Benefit of wireless technology. Number 1, there is an increased efficiency. There is an increased efficiency. Number 2, it keeps business and people on timely informed. It keeps business and people on timely informed. Number 3, there is greater flexibility and mobility for users. There is greater flexibility and mobility for users. There is greater flexibility and mobility for users. And lastly, there is reduced cost. There is reduced cost. So example of wireless technology, examples of wireless technology, examples of wireless technology. We have number 1, beeper, beepers. Number 2, kuna radio paging, radio paging. Paging. Number 3, kuna nini? Bells and buzzers, bells and buzzers, bells and buzzers, bells and buzzers. That's number 4. Kuna light signal, light signal, light signal, light signal. Yeah, beeper system, beeper system, beeper system. Sijui kama nyinyi mshaiona kwa movie ama kuna mtu ashaikuwa nayo, okay? Whereby you are required, someone comes and tell you that anakupatia kitu kama ni kama switch, okay? Ama kakitu kadogo tu hivi anakuambia if you are maybe in danger or if you reach somewhere and you see everything is not okay, just press that need, then they will bring help to you, okay? So those are the kind of the beeper we are talking about. So even if you are in which forest or in where, but in Kenya here bado sijafika, but if you go to those developed country, their citizens, they are protected by that. Unapewa hiyo ni, especially if you are undertaking a very risk assignment somewhere, okay? Kama wale watu wanafanya mining huko chini, aone akuendi vizuri. So to signal those people who are up here, wanapewa hiyo kitu kama kaswitch ama kabaton hivi. Ingine anavaa, mwingine anafanya nini, ama wale wamefanya hizi kazi za nini, wale wamehaya ma security guard. Unaambiwa ukiwa na shida unapewanga alarm signal. Unafinya hiyo alarm, kama wezo wamekuja wamekuvamia, wewe unafinya tu hiyo alarm, huko kwa kampuni wanasikia wanakuja. So that's the beeper we are talking about, okay? Yeah, radio paging hizi za polisi wanatumia sana sana, okay? They read information and then that information circulate to everyone who is connected on that. That's what we refer as wireless connection. Hiyo tu kuna mtu mahali ananini kiingia anani then ana supply to others. Yeah, bells and buzzers. Wangapi wanakaa kwa hizo apartment ziko na gate? So if you want to go to someone house, okay, maybe ni watu wengi, you just press the number hiyo nyumba unaenda, kengele inalia huko, then they can be able to come and open for you. Are we together? Yeah, those develop apartments iko na hizo mostly. Kwa ile nyumba unaenda unafinya, kama wakujui utakaa hapo paka urudi. Is that okay? But kama wanakujua or if they are expecting you, they will just come for you, okay? Yeah, these days wametoa, nasikia hizo mambo za bell wametoa. Is that okay? Mambo za bells ukienda kwa maofisi ama kwa manyumba za watu wametoa. Siku hizi they use fingerprints, okay? They use fingerprint. Kama waja synchronize fingerprint yako, then you cannot enter that door. Are we together? Especially in banks, in some offices, and also in some apartment pia, but they are implementing that. If they have not synchronized your fingerprint, hata uweke hapo mara ngapi, utaishi hapo na uwezi vunja. Okay? Then light signal now, it applies to those people who goes maybe a walk in a forest, okay? Yeah, a walk in a forest. You know that in a forest kuna miti mingi. We cannot be able to trace you. So we give you that. When you see something is not good, you just light up and then you throw in the air. Italipuka, tunajua uko mahali fulani. Are we together? That's also wireless technology. So we move to number 5, the last one. The last one is internetwork. Number 5, the last one is internetwork. The last one is an internetwork. So you say internetwork stroke internet. Network or stroke internet, you say it's a combination of two or more networks. It's a combination of two or more networks. It's a combination of two or more networks. It can be formed by joining two or more individual networks. Can be formed by joining two or more individual networks by means of device such as router. By means of device such as router, gateway, bridges, etc. By means of so those were the in the communication network. So let's look at electronic communication. Another subheading. Ile zilikuwa 5 tumemaliza. Yes? Yes? The last statement tumesema it can be formed by joining two or more individual networks by means of device such as router. Can be formed by joining two or more individual networks by means of device such as router, gateway, bridges, etc. Electronic communication. Electronic communication, electronic communication. So we say it is one way in which executive time is taken up. It is one way in which executive time is taken up in attending meetings. In attending meetings. The following are the system which can be used. The following are the system which can be used. Number one, we have audio conferencing or teleconferencing. Number one, we have audio conferencing. Or teleconferencing. Conferencing. Number two, we have what? Video conferencing. Video conferencing. Video conferencing. Number three, we are having computer workstation. Computer workstation. Or number four, can also have another one which is called interactive software. Interactive software. Interactive software conferencing. Interactive software conferencing. Conferencing. So at your stage, we'll only discuss the first two. We'll only discuss the first two. We'll only discuss the first two. So andika number one, teleconferencing. 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 You say it make it possible. To make it possible. To make it possible for two or more group of people. For two or more group of people located in different parts of the country. For two or more group of people located in different part of the country to be linked simultaneously by a telephone. To be linked simultaneously by a telephone. Type of teleconferencing. Type of teleconferencing. Type of teleconferencing or audio conferencing. Type of audio conferencing. Audio conferencing. Conferencing. Type of teleconferencing or audio conferencing. Number one, we have your audio conferencing. That's one of it. Audio conferencing. You have kutumia simu. Number two, we have what? Audiographic. 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 And then number three. So here audiographic wanatumia hizo ni computer language to communicate, okay? And then number three, we have to computer teleconferencing. Computer teleconferencing. Computer teleconferencing. Computer teleconferencing. Computer teleconferencing. Conferencing. Computer teleconferencing. So computer teleconferencing is whereby it is used by computer experts. So the language of computer, wale wanafanya computer, which language computer uses? It uses which letters? Computer itambui namba ingine, inatambua only 1 and 0s, 1 and 0. So that's the language of computer. So such kind of conversation can only occur between the computer expert, wale wanaelewa. So they can also use that. So that's the kind of teleconferencing we have. Then let's look at advantage of teleconferencing. Advantage of teleconferencing. Advantage of teleconferencing. Number one, it saves time. It saves time. It saves time. Number two, saves on travel expense. Saves on travel expense. Saves on travel expense. Number three, efficiency on record keeping. Efficiency on record keeping. Efficiency on record keeping. Cuts on conference cost. Another one, cuts on conference cost. Cuts on conference cost. It encourages productivity. It encourages productivity. It encourages productivity. And also, it is reliable. It is reliable. Disadvantages. 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 Number one, it is prone to technical challenges. It is prone to technical challenges. Number two, less effective for nonverbal communication. Less effective for nonverbal communication. Number three, there is space limitation. There is space limitation. There is space limitation. Number four, discourage team dynamics. Discourage team dynamic. Number five, it eliminates informal interaction. It eliminates informal interaction. It eliminates informal interaction. And also affect professionalism. Affect professionalism. It affects professionalism. It affects professionalism. Then number two, video conferencing. Before hapo tutoke, let's start this measures to take while using a phone. Measures to take while using a telephone. Measures to take while using a telephone. Measures to take while using a telephone. Roman 1, be brief. Be brief. Be brief. Roman 2, give complete detail. Give complete detail. Roman 3, give clear and simple message. Give clear and simple message. Present correct message. Present correct message. Present correct message. Present correct message. And lastly, always be courteous when using the telephone. Always be courteous when using the telephone. Yeah, start by introducing yourself, okay? then saying who you are and what you are. Usianze tu hello, sijui inatakikana, hapana. Just be courteous. By introducing yourself, kama ni kwa kazi, which organization are you working or which department are you located in, and what is the need of you calling. Usipige simu kwanza kuuliza tulikuwa na kusalamia tu. That's not courteous. Are you together? Yeah, because that person may be somewhere busy and you just shortlisted his whatever his work so that he can talk to you and you have nothing to talk. So video conferencing, you say it's the linking of group of people. It is the linking of group of people in different locations. The linking of group of people in different locations by sound and vision. Is the linking of group of people in different locations by sound and vision, although it is expensive method of communication, So another subheading hapo, situation which could justify the use of video conferencing. Situation which could justify the use of video conferencing. Situation which could justify the use of video conferencing. Number one is cost saving. Cost saving. Cost saving, e.g. on money, time and space. On money, time and space. Number two, in remote areas, in remote areas where there is geographical diverse work team, so they can use the video conferencing. In remote areas where there is geographical diverse work team. Number three, where rapid decision making is required, they can use that video conferencing. Number four, in management of meeting. Number five, in marketing of a product. You can also use that video conferencing to market your product so that you can explain to customer. Number six, in training session, can apply that video conferencing. And lastly, it can be used by the human resource prior to deployment. Can be used by the human resource prior to deployment. So ukiambiwa advantage ya hiyo unaweza shindwa. Disadvantage ya hiyo video conferencing unaweza shindwa. Yes? Can you be able to come up with disadvantage and advantages of video conferencing? Some of them tushataja. So disadvantage, tuanze ya moja. Ya kwanza ni Yes, it is expensive. It is expensive. Ya pili, Joy, wambie advantage of video conferencing. It's a power dependent. Huwezi fanya mali hakuna stima, okay? So it is a power dependent. Another one is also a network dependent. Where there is no network, it cannot operate, okay? Power dependent, network dependent. Another disadvantage ni time consuming, time consuming, time consuming, time consuming. Lazima utafute mali network itashikia ndio ufanye nini? So those are some of disadvantages. So let's look at the last part of this this webinar. Kuna kitu inaitwa webinar. Najua webinar ni nini? Okay? You know what's a webinar? Webinar. So you say it's an event. It is an event held virtually. It is an event held virtually, which is attended exclusively by an online audience, Other terms used to describe it include, we have web event, comma. We have online seminar, comma. We have webcast, but in webcast there is a physical audience. In webcast, which include physical audience, Kama sahi, we have a physical audience and online audience. So utapata swali lingine na kuuza differentiate between maybe webinar and webcast or web event and webcast. So that's the difference. Between the two. And then we also have web lecture. We also have another word known as web lecture. And lastly, we have what? Virtual event. All of them, they mean the same as webinar. Virtual event. Continue. Participant follows webinar via a PC. Participant follows webinar via a PC, comma, Mac, tablet, or smartphone, and can see and hear speaker. In addition to video image, PowerPoint slides can be broadcasted. In addition to video image, PowerPoint slides can be broadcasted, which runs in synchronized. which run in syncing with the rest of the event, with the rest of the presentation, which run with syncing with the rest of presentation. Another point, a webinar is a form of one-to-many. A webinar is a form of one-to-many communication. A webinar is a form of one-to-many communication where presenter can reach a large and a specific group of online viewer from a single location, where presenter can reach a large and a specific group of online viewer from a single location. Webinar, another point. Webinar offers various interaction opportunity. Webinar offers various interaction opportunity, e.g. asking question, comma, survey, chat, Twitter, survey, chat, Twitter, or poll. That's the end. That's the end. So tunaweza malizia hapo. Before we finish, let's write this. Reason why organization is increasing adopting the SMS. Reason why, naandika a subheading. Reason why organization is increasingly adopting the SMS service. SMS service. Reason why organization is increasing. It was a question in May 2018, question 5B. May 2018, question 5B. So number 1, use of shortcode to simplify response and build your data. Use of shortcode to simplify response and build your data. Number 2, it increases customer engagement. It increases customer engagement. Number 3, response data enable you to monitor, track, and improve. Response data enable you to monitor, track, and improve. Number 4, it enables organization to learn more about their customers. It enables organization to learn more about their customers. It enables organization to learn more about their customers. Number 5, it can support and integrate with other channels. It can support and interact with other channels. It can support and interact with other channels. And also, it's a direct, it gives a direct and immediate feedback. To give a direct and immediate feedback, to give a direct and immediate feedback. Also, let's look benefit of modern technology to the organization, benefit of modern technology to the organization, It's a question in May, November 2020, question 5B. November 2020, question 5B. Benefit of modern technologies organization. Number one, better work efficiency and data tracking. Better work efficiency. Better work efficiency and better work efficiency and data tracking. Number two, talk about greater accessibility and collaboration through cloud computing. Greater accessibility and collaboration through cloud computing. Number three, 24/7 support and consistent software upgrade. 24/7 support and consistent what? Software upgrade and consistent software upgrade. For streamlined communication. Data safety, cyber security, and importation of data backup. There is data safety. Cyber security, and importation of data backup. Lastly, the last one, greater ease of access and customer satisfaction. Greater ease of access and customer satisfaction. So that's all about that topic. Modern technology and information in communication.